This is my prototype operator in 2.79 for how I think a segmentation module could work in Blender. Surface segmentation kind of falls somewhere between sculpt masking, edit mode knife, and weight painting. We're trying to define regions, but sometimes we want to define those regions more precisely than we can with painting. Sometimes painting is the most intuitive way to bulk out the region of interest and then be able to precisely define the border after that. So in this operator we have a point or spline based knife that holds the cut temporarily on the surface of the mesh without committing it, and the cuts update in a thread pool execution so that it keeps the UI stable. That's as close to multi-threading as I could come in a Python operator. We can also sketch a region. Right, we can have our regions traverse areas of the mesh that have low density or low have very large topology, like long triangles and faces, and still have our border be precise to the precision that we want it. Cuts that fail, we can come back and edit. So in edit mode, if you're clicking out in edit mode knife, if you're clicking out your knife cut and one of the strokes doesn't complete properly, you cannot go back and edit it. All right, we can convert these boundaries to regions, and it would be nice if we could paint the region independently of the mesh resolution. However, I don't think that, kind of in a texture paint way, however, I don't think that's necessary, but it would be nice. But what we can do after that is come to this region and edit it with painting. The borders will be broken. And if we want to come back and edit the boundaries are refit, and we can make changes there. So once these regions are actually defined, we can then precisely commit that cut to the geometry if a destructive editing is desired. You can select a panel and separate it. Select this panel and delete it. You can select this panel and duplicate it. And those would be the most common actions. I think it would be nice also to have this linked to vertex groups so that your regions of interest become labeled as vertex groups, and the choice to do it destructively or not is kind of up to the user. So once we've committed here, we can see that our regions have been committed, and if we I should have left another one, and that the topology has been cut. So it keeps the original data, but the border is precise to the precision of the curve that you drew. So that about sums it up. I hope that if there is a possibility to have some of this more natively in Blender before I start endeavoring to update this to 2.8, I'd like to start that discussion now.